Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Ciao I have Afternoon Tea, Junk Journal, and Ephemera book. You guys, this is just chock full with 160 plus images for junk journaling, collage, scrapbooking, card making, and paper crafts, and you get 4 transparent adhesive sheets or sticker sheets. You guys, this is one of the sticker sheets, just beautiful art, and here is a card that I made. This is a giveaway card that we have for this episode, so if you stick around till the end, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, let's take a flip through what you're going to be getting here. So as I said in the opening, you're getting 160 plus images and then 4 sheets of these adhesive sheets or sticker sheets. And what you would do is cut out whichever one of these you would want and then just use it as a sticker. Let me see if I can show you the entire sheet, how transparent it is. There we go. And it looks best up against a light color. All right. So all of these are just little tea packet tags, great places for journaling, wonderful pieces to cut out and collage. And I'm going to show you as we go on just how I cut some of these out and how it doesn't have to be tedious to cut them out. And then the beautiful patterns on the back of each page, absolutely gorgeous. I love the little bicycle. The tea party tea room theme is absolutely beautiful. Then you've got these beautiful floral tiles, more of the fancy ladies, very gilded age, beautiful. And this is adorable with the pink background, all the fancy little teapots, and then you've got the little, stand with all the little tea goodies and sandwiches. Absolutely gorgeous. This one's very tapestry-like. Here's another one of those transparent adhesive sheets. Beautiful florals. Background paper on that is gorgeous. Okay, we've even got some of the gentlemen in here and the beautiful ladies and the cottages. And then you've got some gorgeous treats on this one and a beautiful teapot and teacups. And then all of the beautiful little tea elements, the florals are beautiful. And then this one's really nice. I used this one on the card. I'm just going to show you right now. On this card, I took this image right here. So you could actually cut this in half and you got 2 different scenes. And I took my 7 by 5 inch tent fold card and I scored it at what's half of 7? 3.5 inches. And using my scoreboard, I inked the edges of everything using khaki ink and my little applicator tool to get that green around the edges. So then I took this image and then I just cut it into 2 different panels, okay? You can see here you've got the landscape in the background that meets, but there is a seam going between the middle. And then this beautiful lady came from elsewhere. And then this one too, I have elsewhere in the collection. And I just sort of cut it like this and then inked the edges. And then this is a beautiful piece I also cut out. I think, did we already see that piece? Let me see. Yes, that was on this page right here. And then, let's see, I used, you guys, on this page, on each side of the card, I used some little white lace dazzle stickers, okay? And I use these white fancy border dazzle stickers. And I say this again and again, I think these are my favorites. And just added those for a little touch of elegance. And then you see the butterflies around here. This is our gold pearl butterfly dazzle stickers. They come in many different sizes, 2 groups. And then for the greetings, I used the pink We're Together dazzle stickers. And they come in 1 package, and one, they're kind of very vertical going this way, and these are very horizontal in their greetings. And there are a lot of repeated greetings on there, so you can choose which one. Just add a little love you. This to me felt very like Mother's Day, would be really a fun one to give. Okay, so I just wanted to keep that one in mind. And then this is a cutout. And as we kind of go along through here, I'll try to identify like where this piece came from. And this piece I just foam taped on here so that it was just extending off of the edge. When you open it up, there's a little bit of a overlap there. All right, so moving on. This is where I got that image right there. I love the background paper on this one. As this one. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. And then this is really interesting. They took little bits of each print and sort of made a quilt out of them, which is gorgeous. I love this. One of the things that Ciao Bella does that's great is they'll give you the same image, but then they'll put it someplace else in their book, but they'll give it to you in several different sizes, which is really nice because you're like, oh, I love that image, if only it was a little smaller. Okay. That one is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, this one, you guys, is really neat. It is 2 different patterns, and this is that adhesive back sheet. So they're sticker sheets. And I'm going to just pause as we go through this right now, and I'm going to show you how you would use this. So I've got all of my things over here. Here we go. So I've got a blank 5 by 6.5 inch card. Here's my sticker sheet. I just went ahead and cut it out. And then I've got some other things that I'm going to add to it. I've got some of the Fancy Border Dazzles, big surprise, in the brown. Okay, you can buy these by the sheet. You can buy the white by the sheet as well. And these are brown script greeting dazzle stickers. They come 3 in a pack with all these different sayings on them. Debbie and I love this one. It's kind of our go-to. All right, so I'm trying to pick up sort of the brown in the stems on this one, and the best way I know how to use this, and sometimes it's nice to use a little pokey tool, and just kind of grab that end, there we go, is just start peeling it up just a little bit like this. And now I'm going to place this end on the bottom of the card. And I'm just going to center it on here. Not going to try to align the edge or anything. All right, so this part's kind of tricky to see, but I'm just going to peel it like this. And as we peel it, we're just smoothing it out, just like that. Okay, but unfortunately, you know, it sticks to the background, so make sure you're not using something that's paper on the background, like a craft mat or something like that. And then when you cut this off, it is really nice to use scissors that are like titanium blades so that you don't have anything sticking on there. And I'm just going to trim this even. There you go. Okay. Now, you could also, before you took the backing off of this, you could also take this on the backing and you could cut it into strips, and it can be kind of like a washi tape. There's lots of things that you can do. All right, now I'm going to take these beautiful Fancy Border Dazzles, and I have some that I've already started using here, so I'm going to grab these. And these just peel off so nicely. And then with these, I'm going to start at the end, just place it along the edge, like that. And then just trim that. And then I would just like stick that on a, like a sheet protector or something and keep that, because you can use that in so many other ways. Waste not, right? And then another one. And I think this is doing what I wanted it to do, which is to pick up the brown and peachy colors. Right. And then what I've done is I've got this gazebo. I used the larger one. And if you don't want to have a white edge on that, you can just take, this is just that khaki ink. Just put a little ink on that just to give it a little defined edge, but then it's also not quite as stark. Like that. And we're not going to do the bottom edge because we're going to go ahead and just attach that right here. There's a couple of different glue options. We've got, this is Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive, okay, liquid glue. It's got a great applicator. And then we've also got our Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. Either one of these would work. And we like these little applicator bottles because it just makes your glue last longer. And just put a little like here. And then I've not had a problem with the glue sticking to the adhesive back. Shiny adhesive. Been working well for me. And then I cut out these two florals. One has got foam tape on the back. This one does not. And I'm just going to do the same. Just going to tack it down along those little edges that are sticking out like that. And then I'm going to just have it extend. Oops, Lene, come on, go down a little farther. This one's going to need to go up because I got too low. There you go. I'm covering up my gazebo. Like this. And then this one, because it's got the foam tape on it, can just go like this. And then I'm just going to trim the back so that it'll fit in an envelope. There we go. And then I can take one of my little greetings here. I'm going to use Best Wishes. Or maybe just even thanks. This would be a nice thanks card. And that can just go off to the side, just right here, overlapping. And there you go. That's just a quick little one using some Dazzle stickers and the collage imagery. Right? So hope that inspires you, gives you a little idea. All right, now next, oh yeah, we're just going to keep going looking through this book. And then I've also got some more to show you. Love this beautiful background. All the ladies lunching and having tea. This background's pretty too. All the little goodies. The detail is beautiful on this. This is gorgeous. I used this on a project I'm going to show you today. And then this right here is the lady that I cut out here, just using a little bit of a white edge as I went around. And using small scissors like these with the titanium edge are so nice for this collection. What I like to do is just find whatever one I'm going to be using. Like this one right here is what I used right here. Okay, so I just took my scissors and I kind of just went around like this and then used that straight edge at the top and the bottom, trimmed it down a little bit to fit in there, but I thought, okay, I'm just going to take advantage of that straight edge. And then this is where I just left the curve. Okay, don't worry about the curve. We're going to be using that, and then that's a nice little place to have your little writing. That's a beautiful page. And then more of these stickers. This one's great. It tips out. And then you've got all of these cutouts. So these fold under using your scoreboard or just folding them under using a bone folder. And they are great pockets. And in fact, I used this one and this tag right here coming up. And then these are great little envelopes right here. Just fantastic to use. And then the back has this on it. All right, so I think I've shown you guys everything there. And here's another card idea. 5 by 6.5 inches. I took my background paper and I just tore the edges of that. Inked the edges of my card using a little cocoa bean ink. And then also inked the edges that are torn. Glued that down. And then right here, I used a white doily dazzle sticker. Pull that up. And I placed it right here, cut out one of my little ladies here, and I knew I wanted the lady facing in. So I just chose one that had that direction. The little bird cage overlapped those two images, and then foam taped the teacup, foam taped the floral so that they covered those bottom sort of raw edges of those, and it just looks like there's just a nice little scene there, okay? And then here I've got some white or ivory ribbon from our ivory ribbon collection, and I used this pretty grosgrain to tie a bow and then just glued that right there. Here is one of the little cutouts from the front of the book, and then I just personalized it for Mother's Day with our little family and friends dazzle stickers in this black color, and there's just aunt, daughter, mom, mother, father, son. There's so many different family members on here. It's great for personalizing. So this also a nice quick one to make. All right, finally, you guys, I have a journal page for you. All right, this is from our fantastic little travel journal that we have. You could use it for whatever you wanted. And the paper that I used is this one right here, okay? I just literally tore a strip from it. And then I used a corner rounder to match the rounded corner here. So I've got my torn edge, then rounded the straight edge, inked the edges using this khaki ink, and then also inked the edges with the khaki just going all the way around the page, and then glued this down. And then I've got some lime green border dazzle stickers in this mirror finish, and I placed those down either side. And then I went to one of the pockets that I was showing you here. Here's the tag. I'm going to use that. I'm also using this floral piece right here. And then I used this little pocket. So what I've got here is the little floral tag, and then I took some gingham ribbon from our ribbon collection in this lime green to sort of go with this element here. And I just folded it over and stapled it to the top, inked the edges with that khaki ink, folded my little pocket using my scoreboard, and then I added, you guys, instead of glue, I'm using the super strong tape, just double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna peel this off. And you could 100% use glue on this, but frankly, I didn't want to take the time for it to dry while I was doing this journal page. So just using a little bit of a shortcut. So I'm going to place that just right here. And then this is just going to slide right in there. And then here is one of those little adhesive pages that I cut around. I think I'm going to need my pokey tool. And here we go. Just stab it a little bit. It helps a lot. And then, as I said, this works really well on a white background or a light colored background. Oops. Repositional if you need it. There we go. All right, and then I've got this lovely lady right here, also one of the cutouts from the adhesive sheet. And then we can place this one right here. And then of course she's looking at something. So we have our little T right here. Now I should have placed the T first before I placed the pocket. I got ahead of myself. I was just so excited about that pocket, I guess. So we're just gonna kind of lift this up and tuck this under a little bit. I did cut a straight edge on here so I could just place it right there on my fold. And then we're gonna stick that under there. Reattach that. There we go. And then I've got these beautiful little cutouts that we can place just along this border here. This is a great one for adding a little title to your journal page, like this. And then this one has just these beautiful florals. I'm gonna add that one right there. And then you've got all of this space on either side to journal. about whatever it is you're doing for the day or for the week, however you like to do your journal pages. You can even add photos here, right? Just a really fun collection. We've done lots of pages using these, and all of these layouts are pretty universal that you could use with these same Ciao Bella books. All right, so you guys, we have this fantastic collection here. Really fun to play with. I always enjoy doing these ephemera books because you don't just have to use them for junk journaling. If that's not your thing, then you can absolutely do some beautiful collage cards. You can do them quickly. You can spend a little more time on them. You could do them for your journals. Mother's Day is coming up. This would be fantastic to share. The money saver on this is right there, okay? And we also have all of the items listed down below our video if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. So definitely check that out. If you click on the full color photos, then you'll see more specific supplies that we use. Otherwise, they're all listed down below the photos. If you're watching us over on YouTube, it would be great if you guys would follow us there and subscribe to our channel. It really helps our small company. And if you're looking for a link for this, just look below the video in the description box on YouTube, and it'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page, so you can check out this great deal we have on the Money Saver. I promised you guys I would tell you at the end of the video how we do our card giveaway. We are promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel that I was just talking about. So it's called My Paper Wishes. All you have to do is hop over to YouTube, search My Paper Wishes, subscribe. So like with a thumbs up, comment, leave us a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then after about a week, we want to leave lots of time for people to watch the video, but after about a week, we will reply to one viewer's comment with congratulations, you have won a card, and give them information on how to email us to claim their card. You do have to give us your YouTube username. That's very important, because that's how we know you, is by your username. So if you don't know what that is, just go back and look at your comment for the episode, and it's labeled with your username. And then we'll send you a card. And we do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos. If me, Lene Gehrig, if I am hosting it, I'm gonna give away a card. Thanks for joining us today, you guys. I hope you check out that Money Saver and take a closer look at these card ideas. I hope you have fun making your cards and your journal page. I'll see you in the next one.